Hello, I hope everyone's doing great. I hope you're having a lovely week. I'm Calvin Doyle, and today I'm going to talk about the myth of legacy. Last week, I was reading an article late one night on Reddit, and they were talking about Robert De Niro and how he is ruining his legacy by being in all those shit films. Now, people say this all the time. I used to think it a little bit myself when I was younger, but the older I get, I realize that legacy is the worst word in the art world because how can how can Robert De Niro ruin his legacy by being in other films? Those films will always be there. So just because he's in Rocky and Bullwinkle, it does not mean that Taxi Driver doesn't exist anymore. You can't cancel out Taxi Driver. It's still there. He still did it. And I would beg to argue, I would argue that if we got a fucking time machine and flew into the future, everyone would still be talking about Taxi Driver and probably not even know he was in Rocky and Bullwinkle, okay? How about that? I think that. And then the other thing I was reading then, because a few months ago I went on a big crazy Richard Ashcroft kind of deep dive. I was a bit obsessed with Richard Ashcroft. He brought out this new album or new song, and then I saw again on Reddit. I'm just saying, it happens a lot on Reddit. It does happen a lot there. That oh yeah, they were like, how can this guy go from this to this? And it showed Bittersweet Symphony, and then it showed some new song that he did that people didn't really like, okay? And then they said in the same article as well, Richard Ashcroft has ruined his legacy. I'm like, oh my God, what are you talking about? He wrote this fucking urban hymns with the Verve, right? One of the greatest albums of all time, probably. Wrote in the 90s. It was a cultural fucking phenomenon, right? People were obsessed with it. It defined a fucking generation of fucking music, okay? He wrote Bittersweet Symphony. No matter what songs he brings out now, if you don't like them, even if we don't like them, Bittersweet Symphony is still there. He still made that. That's his legacy, or his legacy, as you like to say. He made that. So why the judge? Why the shade? Why are they throwing all the shade on the guys? Like sometimes people do different things. They do it as well in MMA. The greatest MMA fighter of all time, arguably, John Jones, didn't want to fight Tom Aspinall, right? Why? Probably because he's getting old and he just probably didn't want to do it. Loads of people going crazy saying because he didn't fight Tom Aspinall, he's ruined his legacy as well. How is he ruining his legacy? He just didn't want to fucking fight him. He's probably getting older, probably doesn't have the fucking motivation, probably, loads of different things. And now they're saying he's ruined his legacy. So much even so some people were even saying that he was scared to fight Tom Aspinall. Like, oh my God. This is one of the greatest fighters ever to live in the history of the earth. And you're saying that he's, first of all, ruined his legacy because he didn't want to fight someone. And then that he is actually scared, is what they're saying. They do it all the time with loads of people. They even did it with Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul. So everything Mike Tyson did as a fighter is now cancelled because he fought Jake Paul. No one cares, right? Anyway, this is why I actually fucking hate the word legacy. It's the worst word ever. Who created it, right? It's like critics and the media have created it to have some sort of weird control over artists. They're like watching your every move and they're above the artist, Oh, creating something bad, legacy ruined. That's what I think. So it's like they're always watching them, and it's a horrible thing because it's about perfection. Those people who are judging other people's legacy, they want them to be perfect. They want them to seek perfection. And the problem with that is that if someone is thinking about their legacy, they won't take risks. They won't do what they want to do. And if they're all artists, right? The people we're talking about are all artists in different forms. And it's like, it's absolutely got nothing to do with you what they do or want to do. If you enjoyed their art, sometimes people's art is separate from them, and you can enjoy their piece of art, but they're still allowed to do what they want to do now without getting fucking shamed that they're ruining their legacy and getting shamed of being like, I want to, like, they might just want to do something different that people don't like. They're allowed to do that. They might need money. Maybe they need some money. Maybe they're not getting paid enough for having a perfect fucking legacy and they need to make some fucking money. That could be it as well. So I think the judgment thing is a horrible, horrible thing with the idea of legacy, because I hate perfection, I hate legacy, and it will make artists not want to risk, not want to go out there and do the thing that they want to do, or even take chances. Because some of the greatest fucking art is created by taking a massive risk. And if you're worried about legacy, you're far more less likely to ever do that. Now, there's one thing that I saw last week, and I've seen it loads of times before. Okay, is an interview with David Lynch where he's interviewing Harry Dean Stanton, I believe it is, and he's asking Harry Dean Stanton. He asks him, "How would you like to be remembered?" Because being remembered is basically a legacy. And Harry replies, "I don't care." And I think that is the fucking best way to ever think about legacy or how you would like to be remembered. Who gives a fuck? You'll be dead. In 100 years, no one will even know who you are. They will see some of the art that you left behind, probably most likely only the good art. And even if they see the bad art, who cares?